Adel is a local development agency, and one of its main jobs is to support local entrepreneurs to develop their rural properties and to develop capacity so they can use new tools, skills, and techniques in the field to begin to work with new ways of practicing farming in their community. So we are talking about how we can teach small farmers and young rural entrepreneurs to keep doing what they are doing in a more efficient way, in a more sustainable way. And Adel's main role is to support them with knowledge, giving them access to new solutions, information, different tools, connections with different researchers and people who are thinking about those tools in all parts, in the whole world. So Adel's main mission is to enable those farmers and those youth to begin new practices that are economically attractive for them, that will enhance their income, that will take productivity to a higher place, and that also at the same time means that will be more sustainable and means that will be a more sustainable way to live with the semi-arid condition, with the environmental resources that they have in their property. So we work with a young man from a community called Lagoa das Pedras in the city of Apuiarés, a small rural community, very much isolated from other ones in the region. And Everardo worked with his parents since he was a kid, and he began to work with beekeeping. But his main approach before he started to work with Adel was to take down those combs from the trees and to take off the bees and kill a lot of them to take just the honey, to extract the honey in an absolutely not sustainable way. After the work with Adel, he learned how to practice beekeeping and honey production in a more sustainable way. Now he's keeping the combs and working to preserve a specific kind of bee, a specific species of bee that is natural from the semi-arid, and which the honey from this bee has a more added value to sell in the local market, so he gets better prices from it. So it means for him higher income, higher quality of his product, the honey, and also a sustainable way to produce the honey, keeping the bees and taking care of the bees to get more quality from the product. Neto is a perfect model of our young entrepreneur, because when we started to work with him, he was in the big city. He was in Fortaleza, the capital, and he was with his family. He left with his family the community where he is from when he was a kid, because there were no job and the production was very much low and there was no income. So he got to Fortaleza, and he was living on a favela, in a slum, with his family and his brother, and he was working in a construction site in an informal job with a very low pay, and his mother was maid on a family's house in Fortaleza, and they were living in very poor conditions in the city. So Adel learned about his situation and invited him to come back to his community and to work with Adel and to take part in Adel's program, to learn about new practices, about new ways to start working in his community again. And he took the challenge. He came back. He participated in Adel's capacity building program. He trained with us, and he learned about how he could start his business, his rural business in his community. And he started a poultry business in the community, and he's doing very well. He had, before starting to work with his business now, he had an income of an average $300 a month, and now he has a $1,000 a month income, and he already brought his family to work with him, his mother. He's bringing his brother to work with him also, and is already thinking about to expand the business, to diverse what he's doing, starting also to work with beekeeping and honey production. So Neto is a special kind of entrepreneur that we are looking for, and that we want to show everyone. That's the kind of youth that we can work to give a new face, and it's a new generation of entrepreneurs that can transform and build a new reality in the semi-arid here in Brazil. So, what is important to say about what Adel is doing in the semi-arid is working with small farmers and young entrepreneurs to develop new ways so they can, in their communities, use in a more intelligent and efficient ways the resources that they have, the natural resources that they already have access, and which are valuable resources. One important example of a resource that has to be very well managed in the semi-arid is water. So young entrepreneurs are working with small farmers with Adel support, learning and applying new practices, how to manage water, how to find new sources of water, and how to use in a more intelligent way this water. The efficiency in the water management is one of the main steps so they can be more economically viable, economically sustainable, and get more production output and also more quality in their production process. In the federal level, we have public policies that are working as guidelines for the local institutions. So we have great policies coming from different ministries like the Environment Ministry and the Rural Development Ministry that are guiding local programs that are being built by those associations and cooperatives. And Adel's role in this process is to articulate and to promote the dialogue so those programs can go to the field and generate the benefits for small farmers and young entrepreneurs. How an example of how the credit that is given by PRONAF, the national program that supports family farming, how the credit is used by small farmers and local entrepreneurs, because what they need to do is to improve their businesses, to improve their enterprises in the field, so they can have better incomes and better results with their local properties. And Adel knows that the best way so they can have better outcomes from this production process is to use those loans to build sustainable processes, managing better the water, managing better the biodiversity and the opportunities and the natural resources that they can find in their communities. So PRONAF is an example of a credit program, microfinance program, which gives the opportunity to local farmers and young entrepreneurs to advance in sustainable processes in their businesses, in their rural businesses. It's one example. Yes, I think that local governments in the region like the semi-arid in Brazil, in the northeastern Brazil, are very small governments with low resources and that don't have the human resources and the technical capacity to think about local public policies to deliver solutions to climate change or rural business development. Their strategy and what they can really do is to support civil society and work with civil society, enable civil society so it can work in the field with its programs and its knowledge, because really the human resources, the knowledge is with civil society in this part of the process. Local governments basically works with the logistical part, helping local organizations with transportation, with space to organize meetings and mobilization activities, organizing campaigns. But the federal government is the main one responsible to make the issues get into the field and not the local government.